All right, man. Let's talk about with my greasy face. Let's talk about the Raiders um trading Davante Adams. And you're sorry, I'm a hairy man. Can't help it, but it is what it is. In my greasy face, whatever. Gotta keep my face moisturized. But yeah, the Raiders trading Davante Adams. I just seen an alert on my phone, so it's probably been sitting there for a minute, man. And yeah, they trading Davante Adams, bro. So I'm gonna tell you how I kind of knew. Um, 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 I'm gonna tell you how I knew um, he was getting traded. Obviously, the biggest indicator was when Antonio Pierce took to social media and liked the post about the Raiders getting rid of him. Um, um, that was the biggest thing about it. Um, So that was humongous right there. When your head coach taking to social media and he liked to post about trading you. Now, before that, social media did what they did, the best private investigators in the world. When Antonio Pierce said there's guys out there making business decisions in the Carolina Panther game. In social media, figured out it was Davante Adams. Now I'm gonna say this real quick. And I may address this on my other channel when I do the NFL wrap up for this week, probably tomorrow. Check out Goodfella TV. All right, I'm gonna say this. All right, one of the things that I do notice, man, around this joint is that when Justin Jefferson, no matter who the quarterback was, Justin Jefferson, he produces. When Tyreek don't got a quarterback, trash. When Davante ain't got a quarterback without Aaron Rodgers, trash. So I think Justin Jefferson continues to establish himself as the best wide receiver in football. And I'm a huge Justin Jefferson fan. I know he played for the Vikings, but I like what I like. He's definitely a dope receiver, man. I really liked him at LSU, man. I like the Brian Thomas dude in Jacksonville too. I thought we could have got him. But Davante Adams, rumors, Raiders growing open to trade idea, teams gauging interest. Now, obviously, we know where he's trying to get to the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Per Vincent Bonsignor, the Raiders, Las Vegas Review Journal, the Raiders are going open to idea of a trade. Have started to reach out to teams to gauge their interest in the star wide receiver. This report comes on the heels of the Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce liking an Instagram post from Sports Illustrated's Mike Fabian on Monday saying Adams may have already played his last snap with the team. So don't be surprised if Davante Adams already played his last snap with the Raiders. Mike Fabian. Appearing on the Tuesday episode of Up in Adams show with Kay Adams and Davante said he hasn't heard anything from Pierce about the situation, and he's only going to control the things that's in front of him. So let's watch Fair Use, by the way. So let's see what old Davante said.
So this big story happens where they think your coach or your coach did, I actually don't know, likes this post about you getting traded. When you heard of that, I guess my first question is, how soon did you hear from coach?
Yeah, I haven't heard from him. I haven't talked to him. So I haven't I don't know. I don't really know exactly what that was about. Obviously I got, social media is a beast, so it's a lot of people out there that saw it and wondering what's going on and people reaching out, and I haven't spoke to him.
Well, I'm surprised by that. I would think he'd hit. That's okay. Well, I would think he'd. I mean, you work together every day, so if that, I would say, right. oh shoot, I accidentally hit that. I unliked it. Now it's this huge story. Is that just kind of like what the dynamic is? That's not something that you want to hear from him?
Honestly, it's hard to comment on. Okay. I'm sure you would imagine as such, but it's one of those situations where I just keep my head down and keep doing my thing, and let the chips fall where they may, as it pertains to that. But I haven't. There's been no communication with anybody from the team since that became a thing. But it's kind of just like the weekly what's up with Tay thing. You know, it's always some sort of drama. But at the end of the day, 1-7 doesn't create any of it. So people can say what they want, but I'm just chilling, trying to be the model for, you know, not stirring the pot and just locking in and doing what I got to do.
Too late for that, Playboy. So, well, we got some more. Let's see what else our buddy Davante has to say.
And what I'm hearing is that here's what a lot of people think you may never play another down as a Raider. What would you say to that?
All I can control is this talk we're having right here, and then after we're done with this, all I can control is the next thing that I'm on to. So I'm gonna get up in a minute and get a nice workout in, and that's all I can control.
So you heard him. This thing is going left. This thing is going far left, man. He didn't want to be there. They didn't have a quarterback. He didn't have a quarterback. He didn't want to be here. So he fought to get out of Green Bay. And obviously Rodgers got out of there as well, too. But don't have a quarterback. And that changes everything. You know, that changes absolutely everything. You know, looking at his contract situation, he's 31 years old. He'll be 32 this season in December. So I don't know, you know, what's the ticket for him going on? What's the ticket for him being 32, being up there in age? Also, he has a potential out after this season. He's going to make a base salary of 16.8. So I don't know how this is going to break down. Right. So I don't know how he restructured. So after this season, if he don't get out after this season with 15.7 million of dead cap, 35 million next year, the next 2 years after that. So that's a lot of money to pay a receiver because they restructured this deal. So, I mean, I don't know if you crumble up the deal and do a new deal, So I don't know if you rent them. If you crumble up the deal, I'm not sure what the deal is. Honestly, I'm not sure what the deal is. If we being quite honest, I'm not sure what the deal is. But, you know, because, you know, do you want that? You don't want him at 35 million a year? That's the question. Do you want him at 35 million a year? You know, that's the $1 million question. Do you want him at 35 million a year? So, it's the $1 million question. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you rent him for a year, you know, is that a better option than T. Higgins? Is that a better option? I think it was another receiver that could have been on a 1-year rental. That's the $1 million question. If you rent them for a year, is that the best option? Is that the best option? You know, me personally, you got the quarterback in Detroit to do so. I know he's happy to get out of Green Bay and go to a bigger city and, you know, being able to be in Las Vegas, but he ain't being productive. He went to being one of the best receivers to maybe not even the top 10 receiver. So, yeah, you know, these dudes forget that all day. They forget that, you know, you want to be productive and competitive, and they not that. And obviously the one guy you want from the Raiders that most Lion fans want is Max Crosby, but he ain't going nowhere. But I think at this point, it's more critical for the Lions to find pass rush. So I don't know if Hassan Reddick is the answer. That's my thing about it. I don't know if Hassan Reddick is the answer. That's the question. I don't know if Hassan Reddick is the answer. So I don't know where else you can get pass rush from because you ain't going to get Davenport back. You might not get Kaminsky back. So I think that's kind of the priority. You know, could they use Davante Adams? I mean, yeah, but they got Tim Patrick, and Tim Patrick is looking pretty good right now. You know, I know he ain't really got to, you know, where we want him to be at and learn the playbook. But, you know, Davante Adams at this point, I think, You ride with what you got offensively, and I think Tim Patrick will be okay. If they went out there and got Davante Adams, I wouldn't be mad at it. I would understand it. That's gonna put them over the top. But I think it's more critical. They lacking a lot of depth. At that defensive end position. So if they can go get them a defensive end from somewhere and feel comfortable with that, then, I would pretty much say, okay, I don't have a problem with it. But what's going to be the ticket? Is it going to be a third? Is it going to be a fourth? Is it going to be a fifth? Is it going to be a second? Because you got to understand, they restructured his contract. He's owed 30. If you don't cut him after next season or tear up his deal and redo another deal, you got to understand you gonna owe this brother $70 million over the next 2 seasons. So if you need a receiver that bad, I think you could just dip in the draft. Now, if you're trying to win this season, I get it. You trying to win this season. So this is kind of be like a rental thing. And if you really like the car, then you buy it. So, in my humble opinion, I would side on a no. I would say no to this. But I would understand it if they did it. So, just my humble opinion on it. I think they got to, find a pass rusher on the edge for that. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.